So 3 times Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Okay, I'll chant the Shanti mantra first. Peace invocation. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Makshabhirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Istushtuvagansastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitan Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this is a Shanti mantra of the Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, in which student and teacher both are praying to God for success of the class, in which the inner instruments and external instruments combined with the environment, the surroundings may favor the learning process, and it may result with the knowledge shining in my intellect. Okay, that's the prayer of the student. And that we have seen already, that may my all the limbs be strong enough, and may my all the limbs, say ears, eyes, etc., perceive what is auspicious, what is divine, or rather what is true, the truth of the world, of the experience. I want to know, I want to perceive. Okay. And may my limbs, my physical body also be fit enough so that I can undergo this teaching process successfully, without any obstructions, without any problems from my body, from my mind. See, there are multifold problems, multifold obstructions from body level, from mind level. The mind also should be focused. May my mind be focused, because I have a limited control over my mind. My attention span, varies, and there are many factors which involve my attention span, So even though I am working on it, I pray to God that please contain my attention span. May I focus on the study, because the study is very subtle, and this study is not like just backseat driving. This study is actual driving, means one need to walk with the thought process given by the scriptures or given by the teacher. Okay, so it's a quite active, alert process. Okay, and for that I need the support of my mind as well. I need support of the psychic energies also, my intellect as well, my physical body, my senses, and my surroundings as well. Okay, and there are so many different factors which are not under my control, so beyond my own efforts, the prayer is definitely a very powerful means. Okay, and that's what here the student of the Upanishad is doing. And then we can enter into the Upanishad. The very first mantra I will chant. Okay, so this Upanishad, just speaking about this Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, this is a minor Upanishad. Minor means there are 10 major Upanishads. I told earlier the 10 major Upanishads. Why they are major Upanishads? Because they are being more used in a Brahma Sutra. Okay, they are being written a commentary by great Shankaracharya. Okay, so that way only there is a difference. Otherwise, the truth, the Brahma Tattva, the oneness message or Upadesha is the same across all Upanishads. In that line, there is no difference. Okay, but still, it's there is some category like that. So at least we can know that the 10 are principal Upanishads, and then there are few more. Rather, 108 Upanishads are there. In more than 108 Upanishads, maybe 350 around Upanishads are available. Okay, and it is said that the total Upanishad is 1180. Okay, that's a total number, but only around 350 Upanishads are available. Rest all Upanishads are maybe disappeared for many reasons, invaders and whatnot. And of that, 108 Upanishads are being more scrutinized or narrowed down, and out of 108 Upanishads, 10 Upanishads. Okay, so this Kaivalya Upanishad falls into these 108 Upanishads. Okay, that way we can see, and it's quite beautiful Upanishad. It has the mantras with its own the poetic rhythm, So, and many mantras are used for the meditation. And here I'm talking about the Vedantic meditation, which means in the words of Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya, contemplation meditation. Okay, for that many mantras from this Upanishad are being used by Acharyas, the seekers, the sages, etc. Okay, so that's little background about this Upanishad. Now we can enter into this Upanishad. I'll just chant first mantra. Okay. Athashvalayano bhagavantam parameshtinam upasametya uvacha adhihi bhagavan brahma vidyam varishtham sada sadbhihi sevyamanam nigudham yaya chirat sarva papam vyapohya parat param purusham yati vidwan. I'll chant once again. Athashvalayano bhagavantam parameshtinam upasametya uvacha adhihi bhagavan brahma vidyam varishtham sada sadbhihi sevyamanam nigudham yaya chirat sarva papam vyapohya parat param purusham yati vidwan. Okay, so that's the very first mantra of this Upanishad, and naturally the first mantra will also define the course of rest of the mantras or rest of the Upanishad as well, that how the rest of the Upanishad will travel. Because this very first mantra comes upon in terms of a question. Okay, rest of the Upanishad is in form of an answer. Okay, so as the question, so the answer. So here the question is also important.
Usually the name of the Upanishad comes in the first verse, does it?
Generally, yes, generally.
What is the meaning of Kaivalya Upanishad?
Okay, so I'll just address both. Generally, the name of the Upanishad comes from the very first verse or very first letter, very first word, But there is no such rule. Say, Keneshitam padati preshitam to Keno Upanishad. Ishavasya medagam sarum Ishavasya Upanishad. It goes like that. For example, Katha Upanishad. Okay, there is another one, Katha Upanishad. The Katha Upanishad, the name is because of that is a Kathaka Shakha. That branch in which the Upanishad falls is a Kathaka Shakha, or Kathaka Rishi also it says. And after that Rishi or Shakha, this name is given, So, like a Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So that the Upanishad again is quite big, is the biggest among all Upanishads, It has 475 mantras, So, because of the nature of the Upanishad, it's been given the name Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihad means big, Aranyaka means forest, huge forest, like that. Okay. And there is another meaning also, that the teaching was given in a forest. That's mentioned also over there. So maybe that's why also. Here, the Upanishad's name is given Kaivalya Upanishad. It means Kevalasya Bhava. Okay. Kevalasya Bhava Kaivalya. Kevala means oneness. Okay. Oneness. Means the what is one, that is a Brahma or consciousness principle. Okay. So the Upanishad giving teaching about oneness, Upanishad which is giving teaching about Advaita, okay, non-dual reality. That is called Kaivalya. Okay. And Upanishad. I also explained the Upanishad earlier, right? The meaning of the word Upanishad. Okay, so I'll go ahead now. So, here also, as in all other Vedantic teachings, all other Upanishads, there is a teaching in form of a Guru-Shishya Samvada, the teacher and the student conversation. Okay. So, all Upanishads are in this fashion, And many Upanishad has the name of the Guru and Shishya. Some Upanishad doesn't have the name also even. But still, it is in form of a Guru-Shishya Samvada. Okay. So, say for example, Mundaka Upanishad also, there is a Angirasa is a teacher and Shaunaka is a student. It goes that way, that Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha Angirasam Vidhivat Upasanna Paparacha Kashminnu Bhagava Vignate Sarvamidam Vignatam Bhavati. So, like that. Even famous Bhagavad Gita. Over there also, first there was a clear-cut definition of student-teacher. Means Arjuna became a student. Then after only Bhagwan became a teacher, or as a guru, as a teacher, he started teaching, giving a upadesha. Okay. Before that, he was just smiling. Yeah, you keep talking.
He was afraid.
He was just smiling. Okay. Or following Arjuna's order. Okay, just take my chariot in the middle of the battlefield. Okay, yes sir, like that. Yes, but then when Arjuna said, okay, Shishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapannam, means I am now your disciple. I'm confused. I know very well I'm confused. I'm not able to take a decision. I'm a disciple. Please teach me. Please teach me. And until I am clear in my intellect, what to be done, what not to be done, and why, I won't fight. He said that way also. Okay, so that's his story, and he got the teaching accordingly as well. The student of the Upanishad is of the different order altogether. Student of the Upanishad has quite a detailed way examined, experienced the world, and matured out from various experiences of the world as well. Okay. Not that I'm having a gala time and I want God as well. I want the truth as well. No. The student of the Upanishad has narrowed down that many different pursuits or actions or achievements are not sufficient or not giving me satisfaction or fulfillment. I want something else, something beyond. And that way he approaches the teacher like what we see here. Okay. So this is a Guru Shishya Samvada. And who is a Shishya or disciple? Ashvalayana. The very first word, Atha Ashvalayana. Okay. So Ashvalayana is a disciple. Later on, he also reveals many ruchas or mantras of Rigveda also. Okay, so he's a rishi. Okay. He's great. Still he needs a guru. Why? Want to know more. Okay. So that's what happens, that those who know substance, those people only know that I know little. Okay. Others who don't know substance, they think that I know everything. So that's the self-delusion state many others live into. Okay. But those...
A teenager, he knows everything.
Yes, many teenagers. And later on, when they grow up, they still have the same phenomena. And sometimes if they know, but they cannot reveal, because now Mr. Ego will say, hey, no, don't expose me.
Substance means matter, you are telling.
Substance means the principle, the knowledge, basic knowledge. I just give example. I give from the Upanishad only, the another Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad. Over there, the student is, there are many, one over there, the student is Narada Muni. Okay. The Narada Muni over there is been said to have very many different vidyas he knew. Okay. All different 64 vidyas he has enumerated. Vidya means now proper knowledge, science about it. But still he says, aham shochami, means still I worry, still I have that sorrow in me. I see. Why? Because I don't know Brahma Vidya. I don't know Brahma Vidya. And for that sake, I came to you. That Sanat Kumar is a teacher over there. Right? So, those who has that substance of, even in the area of the world only, the relative world only, those only will know that how much efficacy is there of what I know, or what I have. Okay. So, Ashvalayana as a Shishya, okay, approaches the Guru. And who is the Guru? Parameshtinam. Parameshtinam, there is a Guru. Parameshtinam means here Brahmaji. Chaturbhuja Brahmaji. Not Brahma, but Brahmaji, the creator of this universe. That. And what kind of guru? Bhagavantam. He is the Lord of the universe. Okay. I'm just giving cross references. It might help maybe later on. In Mundaka Upanishad also, that Brahmaji is a teacher. Over there also, that his quality or qualification is being given. That Brahma Devanam Prathamas Sambhabhuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gupta, etc. Means he is a firstborn and he is a knower of everything, and that's why based on his knowledge he created this universe. So the guru is a samartha. That's what he says here. One. And second, the guru is necessary. That even great masters, say Akhandandaji Maharaj, he also says that guru bina gnan nahi. Knowledge one cannot get without a guru. Okay. So even though Ashwalayana was great of his time, but he wanted the guru for the highest vidya. Okay, for the highest vidya, which is Brahma Vidya, he approached Guru. Okay, and that Guru, I told earlier also, is necessary in any field. Okay, not only in Brahma Vidya, any kind of a Vidya, any kind of a skill, say it's a sport, say it's a music, say it's a study, any other thing. The teacher is necessary, and that's why we have a very strong education system in our society. Okay, and stronger the education system, the better the society, we say. And weaker, naturally the society will be worse in a quality. So here education system means which includes what? Natural infrastructure, which is a secondary, the primary is the teacher. Okay. So in our culture also, that particular awareness is there. Okay, that the teacher is a must, and that's where one can get the knowledge, the wisdom, the inspiration, even inspiration in form of a role model as well. Okay, and say Bhagavantam is a great. Okay, so here the Guru Mahima, the greatness of the teacher is being explained here, and another fact also is being said that the knowledge the Guru knows is authentic. Okay, that's indirect hint. Okay, when we say that person is quite famous for what he knows, means what he knows is authentic. Okay, because that is also necessary. Okay, so that's about the qualification or greatness of the Guru. Second, here he says atha. So each and every word has its own significance. Okay, atha means then after. Thereafter. Thereafter means what? Shishya approached the Guru thereafter. You can say after having what? After having a meal, after having ice cream, after having what? All the tours, Kumbh Mela, what? So that atha has also its own depth. See, this is how the Vedanta has been learnt, that we go quite deeper and ponder over various different the words and its deeper connotations, and create the thought process in our intellect. It is necessary. Okay, so here atha means thereafter. Even Brahma Sutra also has that very first sutra, another reference, athato Brahma Jignasa. Over there also says atha. Atha means, how we should see, atha means after having gained the necessary qualifications. Thereafter means after having gained the necessary qualification. Okay. Like we say that then student went to the college. Means what? After gaining all these necessary qualifications to enter that particular university. Okay. Say even the board exams, the JEE or NEET or SAT or anything like that, So whatever qualifications are necessary, one is fulfilled. Same way here also. Here what is a university? Naturally Brahma Vidya. Okay. And for that the teacher, there is a particular teacher. Here Brahmaji is a teacher. So after that means having gained the qualification called sadhana chatushtaya. As I told earlier that dispassion, discrimination, discipline, self-discipline, and desire for the liberation. Okay. That one has to earn. For that also one needs a guru. That's a different story, but one has to earn. Okay. And lot of self-effort, purushartha is necessary, is needed. And as a result, one's mind becomes pure. One's mind becomes concentrated. One can focus for long. See, that's why if there is a person is not qualified enough, even if meditation also becomes a disaster, either person is wandering or half asleep, the two major possibilities. Either mind is wandering all the directions,
Fully asleep.
or fully asleep. Yeah, then the head will be on the floor. Sometimes, Yeah. So why it happens? Because the person is lacking the necessary qualifications. Okay. So even it happens even in a meditation, which is quietening the mind level. I'm talking, mind keeping the quiet mind, keeping quiet at the same time alert as well. Okay. Mind keeping quiet, alert, thoughtless. Okay. That kind of a meditation is also becoming very hard. So what to talk about Brahma Vidya? Okay. In a dream only it may be possible, and once the natural dream will be broken at one point. Yes. So why to know that qualification has its own merit? Without that it's not possible. Atha. Even doing japa also, even listening to talk also, mind starts wandering, or mind becomes half asleep, or sometimes full sleep. So what is that? So the qualification means what? The mind becomes pure, so that wandering and some negativities, various different ambitions which drag mind somewhere else, all these things are neutralized. Okay, neutralized. And there is also enough training given to the mind, various different sadhanas, that mind can focus. Okay, focus to the subject matter, because this particular teaching is quite subtle. Through words need to understand what is meant. Okay, what is explained, what is pointed. Okay, the words are mere pointers. Words are not pointed. Okay, that's also a clarity of the Rishi. Okay, words are the pointers. So such alertness and concentration is necessary. The significant attention span is necessary so that I can contemplate, visualize about what is pointed with help of pointer. So all this, the background process, all this prerequisite is been taken care of by the disciple of this Upanishad. See, Upanishad don't deal with all this qualification. For that there are other scriptures, other books are there, other teachers are also there who are teaching more about that. Even teacher also don't deal with, and the student also is of that order only. Okay. So, atha. Then after, the disciple approached. Okay. The person who has done enough karma yoga, we can say that way also. Okay. Through karma yoga, one has neutralized one's own likes and dislikes. One's own ambitions, passions, etc. one has neutralized. Okay. Upasana yoga. One has done a lot of sadhana upasana so that mind can be concentrated, alert. Okay. See, without that, if person does a meditation, you know what happens? That the signal, the only signal one knows, that if you close eyes is the time to sleep. Only signal one knows, close eye means time to sleep. There is no other signal, there is no other training given to the mind. So what one will do? Sleep. If you quieten, is the time to sleep. Okay. Upasana is of different order altogether, where I quieten myself, at the same time I be aware also. Okay. The result of upasana is that. It's called chitta ekagrata. Okay. There's another result also, I'll just tell, which is not needed here but still mentioning, that as a result of upasana only, our narrowness, our fickleness also will go away. The narrow-mindedness, that also goes away as a result of upasana. Okay. And that's where that sadhak becomes large-hearted. Doesn't hold on to the tiny, small things, I and my, Mr. Ego, etc. No. Okay. So, atha means after having finished all these grand homeworks. Okay. And then the student has approached at PhD level. In education system, if you just compare a 12-bit, to a bit. Yes. And then what he does, upasametya means vidhivat, properly, approaches the teacher. Properly approaches the teacher. Okay. I remember Swami Chinmaya, Gurudev says that student, genuine student of the Upanishad doesn't approach with any inappropriate way to the teacher. No, it doesn't say hi teacher, hi. It doesn't become a horse, horse says hi like that. So no, you don't say that way. Properly approaches. Tad vijnanartham sagurumeva bhigachet. Okay. Namaskaram, the prostration, etc. What it means? Actually, it means that there is a inner humble state. How I express my inner humility? By bowing down, by namaskaram, by greeting somebody. If you are talking with somebody, here the guru by bowing down. So my own state of inner humility, I am humble, I express that way. Because mental state cannot be seen. It comes in form of our body language. That's one. Second, each person has his or her own intellectual arrogance. Each person, okay, accept or not, whatever. Because knowingly or unknowingly, okay, I put it that way, consciously or subconsciously, there is an intellectual arrogance. I am also something.
Wow.
Whichever way, I also know, not only he or she, whatever, like that, anything. I'm just telling. We can have many examples, but the point I'm just giving here, each person has intellectual arrogance. Okay, of one's own whatever knowledge, abilities, achievements. One sage was saying very nicely that even the beggar has also arrogance. I have a very good place.
You don't take little money.
No, I have a very good place. I earn more compared to this.
If you give 10 paisa, I don't want. Give me 1 rupee.
I earn more. It means that is bound to be there. I'm telling. So staying humble is a constant effort we need to maintain, and that also not only mentally, also the in action level, physically also should be expressed. Okay, it's in our benefit. If you want to rise, it's in our benefit naturally. So here upasametya, it means that the person, here Ashwalayana Rishi, the student, disciple, as a disciple, approaches with very humility. It shows amanitvam as well. Also amanitvam means that there is no manitvam, no arrogance or ego. Okay. In various other Upanishads also same thing is been given. Even I mentioned Bhagavad Gita just now, that over there also till Arjuna was explaining all the justification of why we should not fight. Okay, Bhagwan was just smiling. Okay, half smile. He was just giving the half smile face, And Arjuna was thinking that, okay, I am a wise person and I am saving all of us, me and you also, to Bhagwan, from this big crime of the waging of war. But then slowly he understood that no, something wrong in me only. Something wrong in me. And when he understood, then he was humble. Then he was humbled. Okay. So that itself is a big, I would say, achievement. That itself is a journey we need to cut. Journey we have to pass through. That to know that I don't know. And I want to know. And I need somebody. And I need to be humble for that. So all that mental, internal maturity, okay, is needed.
Even the teacher is humble, because when people prostrate, then they will do that because they are prostrating to God within that person.
Absolutely, yes. The teacher is naturally humble. Teacher also, here teacher ideally what we say is a fulfilled person, There is no scope for the arrogance over there, that I know, you don't know, I am higher, you are lower, and all that. All that foolish game, he is not caught off. He's above all this, Actually, these are the foolish games. He knows very well. It's a game of Mr. Ego. Okay. That's the games of Mr. Ego. Okay. The role play is a different story altogether. The role play of a teacher, yes. And in that role, various different the disciplines come, and certain things that I must take care of it, in terms of teaching, in terms of imposing the discipline, in terms of at times giving punishments, whatever. Role play is a different story altogether, but is above the game of high and low. which is in the area of Mr. Ego. So,
Swamiji, does being humble play any role in surrendering or acceptance? Does it play any role?
Yes, that's very good point. That does the humility play a role in surrendering or acceptance? Yes, it does, because the humility is it also opens up the person for the knowledge. Okay, the arrogance shuts the person from within. Okay, arrogance shuts the person from within. The humility opens up. Okay, so there is an openness, and there is even the good regard also, surrendering to the teacher or teacher over here in this case only. So it does play a very good role, and that's why even Bhagavad Gita, this particular quality is given a high regard, kolamanitvam. Okay, so that is necessary. Even Shraddha, the faith, that aspect also is increased or not curtailed due to the humility. Okay, it is necessary. And the Upanishad also will tell further that one needs that particular Shraddha. Okay, one needs that particular Shraddha in a teacher, so that the words of teacher will work. Okay, I give an example so it will be easier. Again, another Upanishad only, Prashna Upanishad. Over there, the students approach the teacher and ask for the question for Brahma Vidya. Teacher says, okay, please wait for some time, stay in ashram, serve, and remain under my discipline, remain in ashram with faith and discipline and all different self-controls, and once you pass that particular phase, I'll teach you. In simplified way, I'm just telling. So why teacher says that way? Because these particular aspects should be very, very clear. That person should be open to the teaching of the teacher. It is necessary. Okay. So here also the same. So very many examples or references can be given, but I think that much is enough. And now we can move on with the question. Okay. Here what we saw so far is a qualification of the student. What is his background and what kind of state of mind one has. And one has approached the teacher with a quiet humility. And now the student asks the question. What is the question? Bhagavan or Lord, okay, addressing the Guru as a Lord. Brahma Vidyam Adhihi. Please teach me Brahma Vidya. I want to know Brahma Vidya. I want to know self. Okay. Please teach me Brahma Vidya. Here, very beautiful it is. Adhihi means you speak loudly what you know or what you have learnt. Means what you have learnt from your teacher. I want to know that also. Very, very unique way. Okay. Means the teacher is also a student of somebody else. Okay. So here that Guru Shishya Parampara is promoted. Okay. That particular Parampara is promoted. Adhihi. Please teach me. And what I want? The Brahma Vidya. So here I want to know, yes, the teaching process I want to undergo. And Adhihi, again another way also we see, okay, you please tell I am ready soul, I believe so, and I'll catch it. Other day I told that, the knowledge cannot be given, it can be taken. Okay. And same we see also in our education system as well, that there is in a class, the teacher is teaching to all the students. Okay. Not all students grasp the teaching same way. The environment is set, same environment is given to all of them. Okay. But everybody will take the teaching as per their backgrounds, as per their state of mind. Okay, as per their the purity of mind. So that particular fact is here also clear. Okay, Adhihi Brahma Vidya. I want to know Brahma Vidya. Please try. And I know I am qualified. Means that confidence one has. I told other day also. Yes, I can make it. That confidence also comes as a result of the successful sadhana. Okay.
So there's a mix of confidence and humility.
Yeah. There is a combination. That yes, this is my next target, or like ultimate target, and I can achieve, yes. And at the same time, I am humble because I know that I don't know that, and I want to know. And even if I don't take care of my arrogance, it may be the stumbling stone. So, like that. So, Brahma, again, that infinite consciousness, Vidya. Okay. Vidya means that art, not the information. Information Google has. So, Huh? Yes. Information, yes, we can also gather. We can also have tons of books with us, full library full of books. And now Google, okay. So not information, not even memory. Memory has its own help, the way information is its own help. But not the memory, but the knowledge. The knowledge, awareness of that particular order. Vidya, we can say information, no, knowledge, the wisdom, awareness, or another one I would say, ignorance buster. Okay. It destroys the ignorance. If I have the knowledge of particular area of physics, means I cannot have the ignorance of that area of physics anymore. Both cannot stay together. Okay, so that is knowledge, that is Vidya. Vidya about what? Vidya about Brahman. Brahma Vidya. And Shishya, the Ashwalayan, is glorifying this Brahma Vidya. Shishya knows what Brahma Vidya is, what is the significance of this Brahma Vidya. And that's why one is ready to become disciple, even though one has lot of achievement in the world. What is that significance? Varishtham. This glory of Brahma Vidya is what? Varishtham. There is a list. First is a Varishtham. It is the greatest of all knowledge. It is greatest of all wisdom. Even so that all other Vidyas or other knowledge system falls in a uppara, the lower compared to. This alone is a Paravidya. Brahma Vidya alone is a Paravidya. Okay, it's the greatest. Okay, you say greatest. What greatest means? How to judge, how to gauge, how to measure. Huh? Okay, how would I know that it is the greatest? Okay, because now this is the era of advertisement. Everybody says this is greatest, So here we should see that way, that after gaining particular type of Vidya, how much happiness and fulfillment one gains, because that's the ultimate motive, ultimate motive of everybody. The happiness, fulfillment, peace, how much one gains. Say for example, I just give example, say a person is able to appreciate the music. He'll be happy by listening to music. Versus a person learns music and singing or playing he does, he'll be more happy, isn't it? More content, more deep happiness one will have. Okay. And if person becomes more versatile in a various different kind of musics, again more happiness. So the point is, the knowledge or the vidya gives us the sense of fulfillment, and that sense of fulfillment is a gauge of how greater that particular vidya is. Brahma Vidya is greatest means what? The fulfillment is infinite. Happiness is infinite. Okay, that's the reward, that's the phala, result of gaining Brahma Vidya one can have. All other vidyas are apara, means relative to Brahma Vidya lower, means their fulfillment gained from those other vidyas or happiness gained for those other vidyas has its own limit. Has its own limit. That way, it is Varishtam. It is greatest of all. I gave example of Naradaji. That Naradaji had all 64 vidyas. He was quite fulfilled, not but fully fulfilled. Still he was looking for something else, something what, that sense of the lacking, will haunt. Maybe after a while, but it will definitely haunt. And person will start exploring. The student of Upanishad knows exactly where or how I can clear this particular haunt. And that's why Brahma Vidya. Okay. So, and then the Naradji also goes to the teacher, that we have, and other Upanishads also says. So, but here, what I talk is that Varishtam is the greatest because it gives the bliss. It fulfills us for good. Not like a ordinary ice cream. Till we eat, we feel fulfilled. After it is done, we are also done. Back to square one. I mean, any joy, any achievement in the world, we have some euphoria for a while, and after that, we are back to square one. Okay. So, that particular limitation is not there in a Brahma Vidya. So, that's one. And the second is, there is a second glory of Brahma Vidya is explained here. Sadbhihi sevyamana. Sadbhihi means Satpurushaha. Okay. The wise people, the sages, mature people, the best among mankind, they are following, they are committed to Brahma Vidya. See, when in a world also, when we are not able to judge, okay, what to have, we just look around. Those best among us, what they are taking, what they are having, maybe that is good then. That also happens. So the best among us, best among the people, they decide, they go for Brahma Vidya, the spiritual quest. And we see in our culture that the person who is fulfilled most in the world, say earlier time, king. Okay. King. What they did, not everybody, but those who are mature ones, what they did, they renounced the kingdom, went to the jungle. There is quite many stories in our scriptures. And what they did, they again, either they qualified themselves for this Brahma Vidya, or they acquired Brahma Vidya if they are qualified already. Okay, so Sadbhihi Sevyamana. And when? Sada, all time, in all generations, I would say, all time. For the wise people, this is the top priority. Okay. For people who are otherwise, they only wander around. Maybe next time I'll have more fun and all. Otherwise, the wise people, they learn from their own mistakes, they learn from others' mistakes as well, and narrow down things, and that eventually their priorities are clear. The spiritual pursuits, the Brahma Vidya, they are committed to that. They don't want to waste their time and energy in other useless things. Their pursuit is clear. That is called Sadbhihi. Sadbhihi Sevyamanaha. And that Brahma Vidya, little more, Nigudham, is a secret. Yeah, it's not an ordinary kind of a Vidya or knowledge system. It's a very secret. Nigudham. In Bhagavad Gita also it says Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga is a royal secret. It's a secret. It's not easily one can gain. No. It's not possible to easily gain. Other way around, I can say that from gross intellect, it is impossible to gain. Okay. From gross intellect, it's not possible to gain this knowledge. Only intellect which is subtle can gain this knowledge. Okay. That way it's a secret. Okay. Secret doesn't mean that nobody can gain it, or only handful, some privileged. No. Those who has made their intellect subtle can gain. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens? We'll have all sort of pointers with us, but not the pointed. We miss the pointed. Pointers we might have, or sometimes we forget even pointers also. Because we remember something else in the world. Okay. Or we catch something else in the world. So that thing happens. Nigudham here. So it's very, very hard to know the very knower. To know the knower is very hard. Okay. To know any object of the world is relatively hard. Okay, it may be easy also, it may be a little difficult, but to know the knower, I want to know myself, the knower is hard. So, yaya sarva papam vyapohya. By this knowledge, again greatness of this Brahma Vidya is going on. So far even. It is Varishtam, the greatest. It is been pursued by the best among the mankinds. It is a royal secret. And the fourth one is a yaya sarva papam vyapohya. By this knowledge, all the sins will wash out. All the sins will be washed out. Okay. And the sin, we know, we all are afraid of. It will bring all the misery, fear and sorrow in our life. Okay. So it will wash out for good. What about merit, the punya? Okay, that also will be gone. Because that also brings misery when the punya phala, the result of merit is over.
But Swamiji, we are already doing the PhD and then starting this Brahma Vidya, and after that also we do sins.
Have to do.
You just go to the Kumbh Mela and have a bath and all sins are washed away.
Yes, that's also a good idea. That's also a good idea. So means if few crores are already Brahmagnanis, then it means, yeah?
That's how the ads are.
Yes. So yes, it is quite a journey. It's a quite a journey, but fact is yes,
There is also scope of doing sins after all, reaching to that level from, narrowing everything down, getting qualified, getting a guru, then constantly being in that mode. And then also we can do sins? I mean, do we have the...
No. Here what it means, that by gaining that knowledge, all our sins will wash out. Whatever residue, whatever sin, we have reduced it, but still there will be something, it will wash out for good. That's what it means. Okay.
The thing is like what she was asking, like Vishwamitra, after gaining the Brahma, and then afterwards again he caught in that cycle, that kind. So that degradation happens. So why this? Because after getting knowledge, we should not degrade.
Yes, actually the principle is that only. The example has its own merit, but we don't know that at time what was the state of Vishwamitra, and sometimes it is for our teaching only. We learn from the great masters or the great examples that we should be quite careful, but the principle is the same, that once one has that Brahma Vidya, one knows that self, one knows that I am self, there is no otherness. There is no otherness by which one can fall also, through which one can fall also. Okay. So that's also one. And here all the sins, by gaining the knowledge, will wash out. Whatever residue is there, whatever repository is there, it will go off. And we are quite interested in that also,
But as a process, normally not instantly. That will take time, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But you have to remain in it, and then like the sanskaras, vasanas, they are
yes.
slowly, or maybe also quickly.
Okay.
Avoid, or did you understand?
Both actually. One, as we proceed, so naturally, even by various sadhanas also, we purify. Okay. By various sadhana also we purify ourselves. And as we proceed in our spiritual journey, we tend to commit less and less sins as well. Sinful actions also. Okay. That's also a benefit. But the repository or big reservoir of all the karma phalas, we cannot work with. Okay. And for that, some extraordinary achievements, the transformation only works. Okay. So there are quite some advanced level of sadhanas which are nothing but going closer to the state of realization only. Nididhyasana, if I say technically, that works over there. This vasanas or sanskaras get burnt.
But then there is still a subtle effort involved, or is it more?
Efforts are involved. Subtle efforts are definitely involved. The meditation, actually I just give a quotation from Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. And see, as per Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, meditation doesn't mean just quietening the mind, or sit down, closed eyes and just sit straight. No, that's not only what he means. Okay. What he says, I'll just put it in a nutshell only. It will be easier. What he says, the meditation is like a war. You are waging a war. Against what? Against your own inner negativities, your own, the lower nature, ignorance. Okay. So it goes that way. Okay. So it's a purushartha, is the effort of the highest order. Okay. Here what he says, by Brahma Vidya, by knowing the self, one is out of the sin for good, means technically if I say that individuality goes off. jivatva, by realization of the self. And all sins belongs to individual. I am no more individual. Bye bye. Okay, that way it goes. Sarvam papam vyapohya. Okay, and here also we should understand the sin as per Vedanta. Even the merit also is sin, because it also keeps us bounded by even conducive situations. That's fine. Comfortable situation, goody situations. But we have to go through. We have to go through. So those also naturally it will bind us. It may condition us, etc., etc. All these things are there in the area of actions and its results. Okay. So yaya sarva papam vyapohya vidwan parat param purusham yati. Okay. Vidyavan, the one who has that knowledge, the wise person, okay, attains the highest truth, highest reality. Okay, so Vidwan, the one who has that knowledge, okay, attains the highest truth. Okay, how? By knowing that I am not this individual or body, mind and intellect. Right now, the clear-cut understanding about myself is what I see about myself, body, mind and intellect. Not the consciousness principle. I am actually body, mind and intellect, okay, and I am sentient. What Brahma Vidya is, means I am a sentient being with having this vehicle. Okay. And I am free of whatever situation or the papa, the sins and its consequences. I am free of all this. Okay. Parat param. Okay. Parat param here means Shankaracharya also says the para is the maya, the relativity, the maya. Beyond maya, what is that reality? The consciousness principle, one gains that. Okay. Individual level, if I talk about that, all these equipments we have, beyond those equipments there is a sentient principle we can experience also. One attains that, means one attains that as I. That is Brahma Vidya. That is Brahma Vidya. That consciousness principle is I. Body is not I. Current understanding, I am body and I am sentient. मैं जिंदा हूँ, I am sentient, I am living a being. But what I am this body mind complex. Over there, what is Brahma Vidya? I am sentient principle. And that sentient principle is not limited to this body. Sentient principle is enlivening this body, but not limited to this body. It's not a product of this body. It's not like the sentience is not a result of some chemical reactions. No. What some scientists, so-called scientists also say that. No. Okay. It's beyond this body. Envelops this body, gives a sentiency, enlivens the body. It's a beyond also. There is a death, yes, death of this body, not of the consciousness principle. I am that consciousness principle. That's the Brahma Vidya. So the wise people are committed to this pursuit. Okay, it takes as a highest priority in their life, and they gain this particular knowledge. By that, all their sins are gone for good, and that there is no scope for gaining another sin. No. Okay, one nandati. One is in a bliss only. Okay, that way. So, see the level of student here. Student knows exactly what Brahma Vidya is. Okay, and student has we can say as a part of a background, students has gained all different various kind of vidyas or achievements in the world, experienced it, and then just threw it like hot potato. It has nothing what I want, and then with a empty cup, there is a phrase, one has come to the teacher, I want Brahma Vidya, that way. Okay, so that's the state of mind of a student of Upanishad. Okay, so Brahma Vidyam Varishtam Sada Sadbhevi Sevyamanam Nigudam Yaya Chirat Sarva Papam Vyapohya Parat Param Purusham Yati Vidwan Adhihi, please teach me. Okay, so that's the request of the student, and the rest of the Upanishad is the answer from the teacher. Okay, the teacher will teach the Brahma Vidya. Okay, now that over there we will enter tomorrow. Okay, Purnamada. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Jai Maa.